Let's all stand up and cover it up, man. Y'all fired up? All right, listen, man. Welcome to Tuesday night. Are y'all excited? I want to hear y'all say y'all excited. I don't know. I'm not feeling that. Let's try it again. Let's use our motto. All right. When I say how you're doing, right, you're gonna say unbelievable. Okay. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Powerbuilders, how you doing? All right, time for that, guys. So y'all can take a seat. All right, thank you, DJ. Welcome to Tuesday night, Transformation Tuesday, guys. Listen, we're going to go right into this. We have a bit of a short night because we have so many things that we want to do. We have an exciting event coming up this Saturday, right? And those for you that's on the Zoom for the first time, welcome to, as you see on the screen, the Powerbuilders universe, baby, right? Listen, man, it started with a Power Builder, and now we got Powerbuilders, and now we got a Powerbuilders universe, all right? So we're clearly expanded, right? And the question is, man, are you going to be part of this expansion, guys? And we're excited about that, right? So without further ado, we're going to have this special speaker. They're going to be going over a little bit about our company, and we're going to go into some other different things tonight, right? But I want you to make sure that you invite as many people on tonight. If you're brand new, text this out, text the link out to somebody who you know that can use this opportunity, who wants to change their lives, transform their lives financially. If you're that person and you came on to better yourself, give somebody else a chance as well. We want to get over 100 people on the Zoom. Right now, we're approaching 40. I know we can get 60 people on Zoom. Can you agree with that? Yeah. So send it out to at least 3 to 5 people, each of you, right? Just tell them to hop on for a few minutes. But without further ado, right, I get the awesome privilege to bring up future $300,000 earners. They're going to be talking more about this opportunity, right? All the way from the great state of Georgia, all right? The young lady named Carissa.
How to do it tonight? Good morning.
You got me, Carissa?
Can't hear it, but they're having a great time in the office right now, right? So, you ready for me?
Yes, man. Go right ahead.
Okay, got you. So, just to give you guys a little bit of my background as they get the slides ready for us to kind of give you guys a little bit about what it's all about, right? The best opportunity out there. My name is Carissa Williams. I got started in 2018 part-time. So I come from a background of accounting. I went to school. I have a master's in accounting, and my field of career was auditing. I worked at a bank. That was my career. I worked in the field that I went to school for. Sounds great. And I made, pretty decent income. But the main thing that got me excited about getting started, right? I was like, wait, you guys can show me how to make some extra income. I need that extra income, not really to take care of my bills. My income took care of that, but to take care of this annoying student loan debt, right? Who here has gone to school, got a degree, but didn't leave with just a degree? You came back with some student loan debt, right? So that's how I got started, right? Fast forward, I loved helping families, and I decided to leave that career behind, become full-time, right? And me and my husband worked together, regional vice presidents, on our way to making $300K in income, guys. And I'm just excited to share this opportunity with you, right? I hope you guys have an amazing night with us tonight. So just to tell you what we do, what our mission statement is, Of course, you guys know we work with Primerica, right? And our mission, what we're out there to do, is a few simple things. The thing is helping families earn more income. Said when I got started, that's what I got started for, to make some extra income. Who here out here knows anybody out there that needs to make more money? Or is everybody saying, oh my God, Carissa, I'm so excited about all the money I make at my current career, right? Most families, things are getting hard. Eggs is costing $8, I heard, a carton, especially up there in New York, right? So we want to help families earn more income, right? And we also help families get properly protected. That basically just means we're helping families get the proper life insurance in place. Who out here knows people that need to get help with life insurance? Everybody needs help with life insurance. Same thing, debt free. Who doesn't need help to become debt free? I'm pretty sure everybody, whether it's student loans, credit card debt, auto loan debt, mortgage debt, most of the population have some form of debt. And then even the best part that we do, guys, is help them become financially independent, right? So this is just to kind of give you an idea of all the amazing companies we get to partner with to help families with our different services. I'm not going to go over all of them, but I know you see some big names, some heavy hitters on the screen, right? We're going to jump right into some of the concepts, right, that we teach our families so they can understand how to better themselves financially. So you guys can go ahead to the next one. And the first thing we teach them is called the Rule of 72. Anyone new, because I know there's some people on here that work with us already, so you know the Rule of 72. Anyone that's new, ever heard of Rule of 72 before? I'm going to go with no, because I didn't hear no noise, right? So the Rule of 72, guys, when they showed me this presentation, I said, hold on. I went to school for accounting. I worked at a bank, and I did not know this rule. I said, something's wrong. Red flag on the play. So the Rule of 72, guys, it teaches us basically how our money can grow, how it can double over time based on the interest rate we're getting on our money. Now, on average, most families, they tend to put their money in a savings account at a bank. And guess what? I was one of those families myself. And what happens is we're not paying attention to the interest rate the bank is giving us, guys. On average, most banks are giving us less than 3% interest. Like less than 1%. Sorry, I'm going to get to the 3%. Less than 1%. So I want you to remember that number. We're going to be very hypothetical right now and say, listen, we're going to a brand new bank. They're giving us 3%. And what we do is we take the 3, divide it to 72, and that tells us how long our money is going to take to double. So imagine if you deposited $10,000 into that bank, it would take 24 years, guys, for it to double to $20,000. I don't know if anybody's excited about waiting 24 years for $20,000. I'm not. And if we fast forward another 48, that's $40,000. Who here thinks they can retire with $40,000 saved up? Absolutely no one, especially not in New York. Listen, I'm in Georgia. That's still not going to cut it. Okay. So what we do is we help families learn about other accounts where their money can grow faster, right? So we actually teach families how to make their money go work for them. So you guys can click over to the 12%. So we help them put them in accounts, right? There's different type of investments out there, and we get licensed to help them move their money to better accounts. So now they're in a type of investment that's giving them 12% or higher. And guys, there are accounts that do that. It's going to take 6 years for their money to double instead of 24. Type in the chat if you prefer 6 years rather than 24. Drop a 6 for me, right? Like Drake says, we in the 6, right? So 6 years for it to double instead of 24. 24 years later, 160,000. Now, guys, that's not all the money in the world. But to be honest, I sit down with a lot of families, and most families still have nowhere near close to $160,000 because they're not being taught the right things to do with their money. Fast forward 48 years later, guys, that 10,000 has grown to $2.5 million. I want you guys to think about it. There's good, hardworking people out there that are going to work 48 years of their life, 40 plus years, and they're not even going to make $2.5 million. Who's with me? So we get to show them the right thing to do with their money. We showed you how to make your 10,000 go to work. You didn't do nothing, and it grew to $2.5 million. Who would like to retire with $2.5 million, right? Drop some dollar signs, some money bags, something in the chat. Give me some energy, guys, right? I'm going to go for your energy. You give me some energy. I'm dropping gems for you guys tonight, right? So that's one thing we help families with. The next thing that's coming up is life insurance, because God forbid, what if we're not here for a long time? How do we ensure that our family's going to be okay financially? We got to set our families up with the right type of life insurance. And guys, There's a wrong type, in case you didn't know, and I'm gonna tell you all about it very quickly. So there's something called cash value life insurance. You've ever heard someone say, "Oh, I could borrow from my policy"? This the one they got, right? It goes by different names. Now I need you to look at these numbers because we got to make the numbers make sense. And in this type of policy, they usually don't. So this family, they each have $100,000 they're paying for. I mean, not paying for, that's their death benefit. Something happens, that's what get paid out to their family. But they're paying $225 a month. Does anybody think $100,000 can last a family a long time if they have kids that get left behind in their absence? Absolutely not. Right. And then the other portion of it is the cash value. That's where you can borrow money from that people talk about. But guys, I need you to pay attention to the ages. They started this plan at age 35. By the time they're 65, they got $76,000 saved up in 30 years. We just talked about the rule of 72. We said, wait a minute, 24 years for my money to double to 20. That's not exciting. That's not exciting either, right? What can you do with $76,000? Now, the next part of it is people aren't aware of borrowing. If you borrow money from any institution, guys, do they let you just keep it? No, we got to pay it back plus some interest, right? So what people aren't realizing is they're borrowing their own money that went into that cash value on a monthly basis. The insurance company says, hey, you want to take this out? Sure, but you're going to pay me a daily interest rate until you put it back, and we're going to hold on to the interest. That doesn't sound right, too beneficial. You pay, and then the last part, you pay for two things. You're paying for a death benefit to get paid out to your family, and you got money going into cash value, so you can utilize money. But if you die, your family gets one thing. They get the death benefit, guys. What happens to the $76,000 that didn't get touched? The insurance company gets to keep it, because the key word that most people don't hear is borrow. And where I was raised, borrow means it's not yours to keep, right? You got access to it for a limited amount of time. So that insurance company, if you think about it, guys, they really only had to pay that family $26,000, no, 23, because they paid out 100, but they got to keep the 76,800 that was in the cash value. I don't know about y'all, but that sounds like kind of like a ripoff to me, right? I'm paying a whole bunch of money, and most of the money that I saved up ends up getting paid out to my family. Now, the other option, right? We do what's right for families. We do something called term insurance, where you get coverage, where you can get more coverage and pay less money, guys. Right. And the reason why we would help you do that is because now you have more coverage. God, if something happens, your family has way more money, you have a bigger death proceeds. But then the other side of it is you get to save more money. You can invest that money, right? If you guys want to click over so they see that. And that money is going to grow over time, guys. So now you can spend the same amount of money, but instead of having an insurance plan that's ripping you off, right? You have a great insurance plan, but you also have an investment account that's grown with interest, like we just spoke about in the rule of 72. So now, 30 years later, you got over $250,000 saved up. Cash money. That's not no cash value. Cash money. There's no borrowing. You take that money, right? So we're killing two birds with one stone. We're helping someone be properly protected today because I don't got $250,000 saved up yet. So if something happens early, boom, my family has money, but I'm also going to save my money for the future. So if I'm here for a long time, then guess what? I have money to take care of me while I'm in retirement and leave behind to my family, right? So those are the amazing services, guys, we get to wake up every day and go help families with. Now, this is the fun part though, right? We're going to get into some real talk, and I want a little participation. Somebody can unmute themselves in a second, but we basically get to show people how to become financially independent even faster than that, guys, with our amazing work opportunity. So I want you guys to understand, right? A lot of us want to become financially independent. And what does financial independence stand for? It's two simple things. One, we have the freedom of time, meaning we're not tied down somewhere. We have to show up. We can do what we want when we want, and we also have freedom of income, meaning we have money to blow. Right? We're not concerned about, oh, if I spend money here, what about these bills? We got enough to do it all, right? So the combination of those things give us financial independence. Now, the rule of 72, I showed you guys, it's going to take some time, maybe 20 to 30 years to get you to financial independence. What if I could show you guys a way that you can become financially independent in the next 5 to 10 years? Anybody want to hear about that? Y'all can raise your hand. Y'all can nod your head. This means yes, right? So, guys, real talk, and I don't want anyone to take any form of offense, right? This is informative information, so you can make it an informed decision, right? But there's two ways. There's two opportunities right now that a lot of us are taking advantage of that are not going to help us get it financially independent. So we're going to go over that first. So the first way, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to become financially independent, guys, is working at a job. Right? So that's not to say that having a job is a bad thing. What I want you to understand is your job is never going to put you in a position to become financially independent. Anybody want to know why? You can mute yourself and say why, or in the audience, y'all can say why.
Yep, why?
Why?
Why isn't your job going to help you become financially independent? Because they have control over those two things we just talked about. You don't pick your hours at the job. You don't pick your schedule. Your manager picks your schedule. They tell you when to show up. They tell you when you could go on a break, a bathroom break, a lunch break. They tell you when you could go on vacation, when you can't go on vacation, how many sick days you're going to get, how many PTO days you're going to get. They have control over your time, guys, right? And they also have control over the money. We don't get to just show up and say, hey, I want to make 200 grand a year. Make it happen. No, right? They determine how much they're going to compensate you based on the position that they hire you at. So unfortunately, it's not a bad thing to have a job. I just want you to realize if you have the dream, the goal to be able to have freedom of your time and freedom of your income is not going to happen from only participating at a job, right? The next way that sometimes we may participate in, but unfortunately, it's still not going to allow us to become financially independent is being self-employed, right? And that means we could be a real estate agent, we could be a hairstylist, we could be a nail tech ladies, a lash tech, we could be a barber, a salesperson, a dentist, a lawyer. You can have your own office, right? But we cannot become financially independent in this position, guys, because unfortunately, all of our income is dependent on what? Me going to work. I'm self-employed. I'm the only individual going out there to do the work to make the money. So what happens is we have an inverse relationship. I could go work, and I can make all the money I want to. Nobody could put a cap on how much money I make. But guess what? I don't got no time. I'm spending all my time working to go make all the money I want to make, but no time to actually enjoy it. And then you got the flip side. You say, well, I'm not gonna work as hard. I'm gonna just do it here and there. So yeah, I'm gonna have the freedom of time, but with that freedom of time, that means less money, right? No freedom of money, less money. Right. So who here on the call? Please raise your hand. Please nod your head. Please unmute yourself. Please, Carissa, tell me. Say, Carissa, I want to know, how can I have freedom of time and freedom of money? Who wants to know?
I want to know.
I want to know.
All right.
Show me the money.
All right. On to the next one. We have to become business owners, right? That is one of the ways we can enjoy freedom of time and freedom of income, because a business owner is someone that owns a system, right? They have other people working with them. They are able to leverage not only their time, but other people's time. Think about it, guys. We have 24 hours in a day as one person. But if you have a business and you have people that are just as skilled as you and they're working with you, let's say you got 100 people working with you, that turns into 2,400 hours in a day. Who would like to have 2,400 hours in a day to go make money? I would, right? But that can't come from just me, right? So having a business where there's a system involved and you can teach other people that system, that is how you can become financially independent, right? I'm gonna give you some examples, right? Go back. We ain't ready for that one, right? Right. So you got McDonald's, right? The franchise owner. The franchise owner has what? Staff to help him what? Run him or her, run the McDonald's. Now, is this the franchise owner at McDonald's every day? Absolutely not. But the staff is at McDonald's every day. And who makes more money? The franchise owner that's not there or the staff that is there? It's the franchise owner, right? Second example before I move on, think about Amazon. Is Jeff Bezos coming to your house delivering you your package?
Nope.
Let me know if any of y'all saw Jeff Bezos drop off a package at your house, right? If you don't know Jeff Bezos, that's the owner of Amazon, guys. He has what? He has hundreds of thousands of deliverers to go drop off your package. Listen, Amazon got more deliverers than FedEx, UPS, USPS, everybody. And that's why Jeff Bezos is a multi, I don't know, I don't think he's billionaire, trillionaire, whatever it is, because he built a business of distribution, guys, right? And the next and the last one is becoming an investor. That's learning how to make your money go out there and work for you. So that's investing in the stock market. That could be investing in real estate. That could be investing in other businesses, right? Figuring out how to make your money make you money. Now, I want you guys to think about it. I hope the right side appeals to you guys the most. That's what appealed to me when they showed me. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I want to be financially independent. You telling me I can't do it on the left-hand side? Well, show me how to get to the right-hand side. And that's exactly what we get to do here at Primerica. We get to show you guys how to make that transition from the left-hand side where you cannot, I repeat, cannot become financially independent to how you can become financially independent, right? And all it requires, guys, is having a will and work ethic to learn, right? None of us, I promise you, majority of us do not come from a background of working in finance, right? And some of these guys on the screen, they're not even regional vice presidents yet, right? On the way to become a regional vice president. And look at their cash flow they're making a month working in this business while they're building their business, right? Cammy made over 6,000, Remy over 8,000, and Mercedes over $16,000. I could never imagine that at a job, right? Fast forward to the next one. We got our regional vice presidents, guys. That's when Primerica says, listen, we let you run your own show, right? You got your own office, you got your own squad. We got the Henrys made over $27,000 in a month. That's somebody's annual salary on this call. And I'm not calling you out. I'm just letting you know, listen, you can make what you make annually here monthly, right? Me and my husband, over 18,000. We're definitely going to break that, right? In the next month or two. And the Browns, over 21,000. And all those people you see on the screen, some have degrees and some of them don't. So don't think you need a degree. No, you just have to have the will to say, Carissa, show me what to do, right? And that's what we're going to help you do. And it all starts, first of all, next one, right? Our amazing senior vice president, he's going to talk to you guys on the back end. No high school diploma, no GED, no, none of that. Over 60 grand in a month. Again, that's somebody else's salary on the call, right? That was my salary actually when I got started. Okay. And back when I got started, he wasn't making that money yet. He progressively grew that. Listen, this man is on his way to go make 100, 200,000 a month, right? So I think you want to come join the winning team and learn from the best. And how you do that, guys, you got to reach out to the person that invited you on the call, right? They're going to get you set up where you're going to get your life insurance license and you're going to get some investment licenses, right? And in order to get those licenses, guys, you got to be willing to invest in yourself. 124. That's it. 124. They showed me that. I said, sign me up because my student loan debt is 100 times that amount. I think that's the right number, right? So say if I gotta go with debt and that's gonna help me make some more money, sign me up, right? So guys, listen, do not miss out on this opportunity. Please reach out to the person that invited you down to the office or invited you on the call this evening. I hope you guys gain a lot of information and value from what we just covered. And I'm gonna hand it over to the amazing Carl Brown.
Thank you, Carissa.
I can do better than that. Listen, if I was you, you're doing the call. This is some information that you don't just get it like that. People not just going to share this information like that, guys. You got this information for free, all right? And she talked about a $124 investment. Okay, can I be honest with you guys? It's really free. It's really free, okay? Because you're going to learn in a second why it's free. Primerica is giving you money to go get your license to do those things that Carissa explained, okay? And not a measly, $2 or $3. It's going to be tenfold, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. You guys excited about that?
Yeah.
You see, Primerica paid the price so that you can pay the price. See, you're paying a price, but it's what price are you going to pay for freedom? And at a job, it's a great place to start, but it's not a great place to finish.
Right.
Primerica says you can start here, but you can finish strong and have a strong legacy, no pun intended, right? And that's the amazing part about what we do, guys, right? So for that, we thank everybody who really took the time out to come on. We want more people to come on. We're just getting started, okay? And you're going to see people getting recognized tonight for doing those things that we talked about. Helping families to invest their money right, helping families to get better life insurance, better quality, right? But the most important part, I believe, right, is giving them the opportunity to do that for themselves and for others. okay, and you want to take that opportunity, we're not asking you to give up what you got going on. We just want you to consider if what you got going on is not really taking you to where you want to be. And if you realize that there needs to be a change, well, guess what? We're here on Transformation Tuesday, and we're here to transform your mind as we also transform your money. All right. So with that said, guys, we're going to go into something called pending events, right? For those that don't know me, my name is Carl Brown, Regional Vice President, right? Along with my lovely wife, Jo Neal. She's going to come up in a bit to go over what we call recognition. We love to recognize people that's helping families. We love to do it. You know, I mean, when was the last time you got recognized at your job? You, besides being late or not doing enough, right? You do 9 things right, but the one thing you make a mistake, they highlight that part.
Right.
You see, if you sneeze here, we go, man, you're the best sneezer ever. Ever. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand you have to be excited about the journey just as much as the destination. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And if you know that you may think you don't like recognition, but I guarantee you, if you don't get recognized, you're gonna be feeling something in your heart like, why didn't you recognize me? You see, they say babies cry for Hassani and grown men die for recognition. So we're going to recognize every effort along the journey. Just because you're not a vice president making 100,000 doesn't mean you can't get recognized for helping one family or 2 families or recruiting a person to this opportunity, right? So with that said, we're going to go into something called pending events, all right? And these pending events, these are upcoming situations that's happening, events that are happening, particularly this week. I'm excited about Saturday, guys. Like I'm feeling goosebumps right now. And if I were you guys, all right, if I were you, I would invest in what I'm about to show you. All right. That means showing up. Everybody say show up.
Show up.
You see 50% of winning. You know, you ever go to the gym, Micheline, and they say you got to follow this game plan to get in shape.
Yep.
And then they say you got to show up on Monday and then you don't show up. Well, how do you get in shape if you don't show up? How do you change your money if you don't show up to learn? And Saturday is going to be that event. But let's go right into our focus February. It's the last day of February, guys. The last day. And the only reason why I'm showing this is because you have literally less than 24 hours to take advantage of what I'm about to show you.
Okay.
All right. Now, if you have been recruited this month, that means you filled an independent business application. And if you haven't, you need to fill one out because this is the one-time opportunity in terms of a bonus that you want to take advantage of. Right. Before I even go into that, right, I want to kind of be a little commercial right now, right? Stay tuned for as they say, to the next minute or two. I want to show you a little commercial, right? You see, we're still in the winter, right? Anybody who came to the Bahamas earlier this month, man, wasn't that awesome? Warm weather. You see, well, we're gonna be in the warm, hot weather in the summertime. The question is, are you going to be with us? And you have an opportunity to do this. So we're going to be in Hollywood, Florida for the top leaders that actually do what they're supposed to do. Okay. If you get your license, if you position yourself to help as many families as possible, there's plenty of room here for you to win the trip. Okay. But I want to give you the opportunity to know what you have to do. We literally have March, April, and May left. 3 months is your chance to win a trip to go to Hollywood, Florida. All expense paid. Y'all got that?
Yep.
You hear that, Sharice? She's dreaming. I see that. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. All expense paid. And this is not a discounted trip, you know. Josh, this is not, Expedia.com and you look for the best deals last minute, right? No shade on Expedia, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But Primerica is not about that. Now you work hard, they're gonna allow you to play hard, and you gotta pay for it. Right? Play responsibly too, right? I'll put that in there. But you're going to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. All right. So check this out. This is what you have to do, guys. You ready? It's a bombshell that's been going on for the whole month, and I don't know who took advantage of it, but all they said is that if you are a brand new person or if you've already been in the business, Micheline, you just got to introduce one person to this opportunity. Just one. That's it. One. You just heard Carissa, right? What's that DJ part? One, right? One person to this opportunity and help about 3 families with life insurance. You just see now 9 out of 11 people have a cash value type policy. All you got to do is figure out who has it and say, well, let me help you save money and invest for the future. There's about 3 families. That's about it. And what we're going to do, we're going to put you on track for the trip. This is a competition now.
Right.
We want to see who's going to compete to help more families. Ain't that something where you compete to help more families and have fun doing it? And always says, everybody that does this will get on the last slot in your category.
Yes.
They're going to take about 2,500 people, Mercedes. That's plenty of people. Plenty of people. All right. But let me tell you a secret. Somehow everybody's not going to do it.
Oh, thank God.
So that means there's more room for you.
Uh-oh.
One person help 3 families, and you'll not only get, or if you're already on track, you'll get 100,000 points additional to your score. All right. Now, if you don't understand what's going on, guess what you got to do? Just help one family and at least 3 families, or one recruit and 3 families. That's it. And your upline will teach you and show you exactly what that means, all the numbers when it comes to that. But you can do more, of course. All right. And this is what's going to do. And this is for all new trainees that's not licensed. You can actually field train with your person that's working with you and do the same thing, and they'll get you on track. So shout out to all those that's currently on track. We have Remy. Shout out to Remy. We got Mercedes on track. We got Bryce and Lexi. We got on track. We have Tammy Lesson on track. We got, of course, Carissa opened up the meeting. You know she's going to Hollywood with her husband. Come on now. And we got the Henrys and yours truly, me and my wife. But see, guys, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable because there should be more people on track.
Agreed.
You know, I believe that all the power builders should be going to Hollywood together, right? We could take the whole power builder universe there, okay? It has to be so much of competition that Prime America has to open more slots because, like, dang, everybody done tied up. All the new people came in and just did what they're supposed to do, got their reset. What are we gonna do? We got to do another bombshell to get more opportunities, right? So shout out to those that's currently on track, but it's not over yet. But this is what I love, man. Anybody like making money?
Yep.
Saving money, getting out of debt?
Yeah.
Well, this is the best chance for you to make some money right now. If you're brand new, extra $500 bonus on anything you do this month. But the offer ends tomorrow, guys. So remember what I said? Let's go, Harvey. You know Harvey. That's how you know Harvey. So he makes an entrance, right? But listen, you have until 6 p.m. tomorrow to introduce as many individuals to this opportunity. Right? We don't just recruit just to say we're recruiting. We're recruiting to give people an opportunity to become free. And yes, you see, when I came in, it was just $300. And I was excited about that, Cammy. Now, I know if Harvey makes $300 for the month, he'll pull his hair out. But you see, the new person coming in, the average person doesn't even have $200 to save at the end of the month. And we're saying we're going to throw in a bonus of $500 just to do what I just showed you to do and get your license. Anybody excited about that?
Yeah.
You got to be excited about changing your life. It's money that you can save. You heard the rule of 72.
It's 27.
Oh, let me see you paying attention. Rule of 72, right? See, I was trying to throw you. Okay, you got to pay attention now. All right? Because that $500, man, could change your life. $500,000 in 20 years at 12%. See, I'm using the rule of 72 right now. Prime America is so good. Thank you, Prime America, right? But moving on, right? Listen, and the last but not least, before we go into our event this Saturday, guys, if you're in the room, you can look to your right, my left, right? These guys are getting extra bonuses when they become vice presidents. So you've seen a Mercedes, a Cammy, a Remy, right? And there's a whole bunch of others that got something called the future jerseys. That all that means is that they help the most families, right? And build the biggest teams. And Prime America is going to pay them extra when they sign their contract. That's all that means. More money. All right. So shout out to these guys who actually did it. We have the one and only Harvey Grajales. He's the one that started it all. Right. You know what I'm saying? He started, there you go. You know what I'm saying? He started it all. Right. And then you got the Henrys, right, that came in after that. They went and got their future jersey, got their bonus, right? You got yours truly, my wife and myself. He's like, what they gonna do? I want to do it too, right? Then you got Rory, Carissa, right? Then you have who else we got? We got Mercedes. We have Garfield and Sherry Lambert, right? We have a Reem. We have a Cammy, right? And most recently we have Remy, right, who won in the 2022. But what year are we in right now? 2023. The question is, who's going to win it this year? You have 3 months to do it just by helping families. But I'd like to give a shout out before we move on to this couple who's currently on track for the 2023 version. Bryce and Lexi Battle, right? Just about 6 months in the business. They haven't been here a year yet. They're brand new, brand new. The ink ain't dry on their IBA yet, on their independent business application, and they already exploded so far, guys. They're about to be vice presidents. That means they're gonna. He ready for Jamaica, right? There you go, right? He's working on his patois, right? But guys, this is an opportunity, guys. Primerica's giving out money. The question is, why are you not at the table to eat with us? Get on board, guys, right? So with that said, guys, I get to introduce this next event, right? Right tomorrow. That's less than, whatever, 5 hours from now or 4 hours from now. If you're a woman, right, and you want to be in an environment with boss ladies, you want to, right? Harvey's going to be going as Harvisha, right? I'm contemplating, going to the top of the machine and going Peaches, right? That's Peaches, right? I'm asking my wife if I could go as Carla, top of the deal, you know what I'm saying? Carlita, whatever it is, right? I don't know what they got for Rory. What's a girl version of Rory? Roria. I don't know what it is, right? Chris will figure it out. But the women are going to this massive event all the way in September, but the slots are going to be sold out after tomorrow.
It's open tomorrow.
It's open as soon as it hits 12 midnight. It's opening up. So ladies, get your cards ready, right? To you gonna be in Las Vegas too? Oh, we going to Las Vegas, and I've never been. I'm just my wife went before me. Damn. I'm coming as Carlita. All right. We'll probably something to do, right? But guys, a woman, if you're a woman, invite us. Oh, there's something. See, Harvey knows, right? But even still, guys, this is an event for women to help empower you to build your business. If wherever stage of your business is, guys, you want to definitely plug into this event. All right. Yeah. But I'm more excited right now about this Saturday. You excited about Saturday? Yeah. You see, let me lay the foundation. You see, Harvey, okay, help engineer, he's the mastermind behind this. You see, we go to these big events, these national events, like we have the African American event coming up. We have the Women of Primerica later this year. But imagine having a power builder leadership school. That's how big we have taken over the Northeast. Shout out to all the Powerbuilders. Harvey just cost over $400,000 in income. Now, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's only a few tips, this little something. But that is saying that there are people that are going to go to 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. So this event is going to be power-packed with six-figure earners on the screen. Everybody on here makes over 200,000 at least. And you have $1 million earners on here. Are these future $1 million earners and people that I know already saved $1 million, and they can show you how to do the same thing. And Super Saturday, March 4th at 9 a.m., we're going to be right smack dab in Manhattan, right? So you can get a ride. If you ain't got a ride, you got $275. Get on the train and go right to this address that you see on the screen. But even more importantly, guys, check it out. You're going to get some secret tips tonight at 9 o'clock. Right on the right of the slide, there's a conference call to know everything you need to know about Saturday. If I were you, I would invest in at least 10 tickets. You know how much tickets are?
$100,000.
I'm gonna give you the exact amount, right? $12.71.
The front door.
You got to include tap. We got to include Uncle Sam, Harvey. I'm sorry, we got to do the right thing.
Right.
But $12.71 to get the kind of knowledge to help you to become millionaires, what's that worth to you? So would it be worth it to invest at least 10 tickets, right? I know LaTanya got 10 tickets. I thought she bought what? I was like 100 and she said, I'm investing in my business. No reason she's almost 20 recruits. I'm like, oh my goodness, she gets it. Does anybody else have at least 10 tickets?
I do.
I know Harvey got it, right? But if you don't have at least 10 tickets invested in this, guys, then what are we really doing? So you want to rally, you want to have what's the capacity of car? It's like 400 people could max out or something like that. 500, you got to have standing room only. This is going to change your life, guys. And shout out to Harvey. He's really working behind the scenes to give you an opportunity to win locally, guys. We don't have to fly to Florida to now get the nuggets. It's right here in the great state of Brooklyn. Well, we're going to be in Manhattan, but, a train ride away. Right? So you got to promise yourself that we're not going to be here. So don't look for Carl here. I'm shutting down my business that day, right? At least from 9 to 4, okay? And we're going to be listening to these leaders. Harvey's one of them, right? Come on, a $400,000 earner teaching you how to make $400,000 or more. Come on, we got to invest in this, guys, right? So who's going to be there? Sir? That part. You know what I'm saying? Is that part, right? So guys, invest. Who's going to be there Saturday? Right? I want to see this. If you didn't raise your hand, right? You didn't put your hand on Zoom or 100 in chat, right? We're going to call you after. Now I'm just playing, right? This is best and be there, guys, right? And with that said, guys, I want to really, thank our coach, right? He's going to be talking in a little bit. I want to thank our coach before we go into recognition for just his vision. You know what I'm saying? We were here when there were only 10 people in the room. And he was just scratching over 100,000. You know what I'm saying? And we seen the vision. He said the Powerbuilder organization is going to do it 100 by 100. They did it last month. And on the cusp of doing it again this month. Now he has a hierarchy. And I was talking about doing over 300 by 300, 300 new teammates, 300 new families that we help every month. Not a year, not 20 years, in a month. And you guys get to be a part of that, right? So with that said, we're going to recognize, right, because of his vision, now we get to highlight people who are actually helping these families, okay? And we're going to highlight also the top power builders. I don't know if y'all excited about that. We got some. Hold on. Let me sell it before my wife comes. I got to pave the way for my wife. She's gonna really kick. She's gonna kill it. She's gonna say, make way. She's gonna really sell this thing going on here. But there are a lot of new faces, guys. We have brand new people that are going to get recognized tonight who haven't even been here a week. And they're helping families. They're training, right? We have people getting licensed. We have people doing investments. We have people helping people with life insurance. And we have builders that are killing it. And we have even some new faces that not only got promoted, they're number one. Isn't that crazy? They haven't even been here a month. And they're number one. Only at Primerica, guys. So with that said, my wife is going to come up, Mr. O'Neill Brown. She's going to really highlight these people. Let's give it up for Jonelle. All right.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. I need the music way louder. How's everybody doing? All right, we're waiting for Mercedes so we can get ready, right? We're going to try that one more time. Mercedes wasn't ready, right? We're going to wait for Sadie because we love Sadie sometimes. Right? So how's everybody doing? All right, let's get this recognition popping. If you're on Zoom, you have one job. That's to drop hundreds in the chat, fires in the chat, all kind of somethings in the chat, right? High five the screen. I don't care, right? And if you're in the room, you'll run around when you hear your name and high five everybody. Make sense? Let's get it going. Clap it up.
Can y'all hear each other?
No, we won't be able to hear because they have so much audio and celebration going on by the microphone. It cancels out whatever they're saying. So once the hype dies down, you guys will be able to start hearing them again.
Bryce put his money on y'all.
Oh my God. I thought it was just me. I was joining from my phone and everything.
This was a setup. You got to call. This was a setup. Why did I do this shit tonight? It's not okay. Awesome.
Well, we know who's number one.
Let's go.
Okay, recognition kind of spicy. All right. I did my job.
We were not ready. We were not ready.
But that was awesome, right?
That's
Great.
awesome.
Awesome. Let's wrap this training up. He was calling actually. Rory was calling. Rory, you'll be busy. We'll call you later. But this is exciting.
Oh.
I'm lost for words at this point.
Wait a minute.
I think I was set up. This is exciting, right, guys?
Let's go.
But listen, that was for just 1 week, right? That was amazing. Shout out to everyone that got guys, right? Give a hand for all of them. Drop some punches in the chat. That was a big deal, right? But we're excited about our coach and what's about to happen this weekend, guys. Make sure you're selling out to this weekend. It's gonna be huge, right? Harvey will be one of the main speaker, really, right? But let's make sure we show out in numbers, right? Make sure we rally, get our new people there, right? There's a lot of recruits that happened last month and a lot still happening this month. Make sure we get them out there, right? But without further ado, right, or soon to be $1 million earner, this one, Chris can just jump to 2 million, right? Because we got a new $1 million coach coming in, right? But soon to be senior national sales director, future $1 million.
That was exciting. And round of applause.
Can't hear you, Coach.
About to make.
You gotta read some lips.
Harvey, we can't hear you.
Somebody text me what he's saying.
Let me call somebody in training.
Can't hear you.
I don't think they can hear us either.
Tell them to put closed captions on.
They said they fixing it.
It makes the journey a lot easier to go through, but I promise you it's a pain in the ass. You get what I'm saying? It's not easy to deal with people. It's not easy to deal with clients. You get what I'm saying? But we do get paid worthwhile. But it's also a bigger hemorrhoid to sit there and have to go work 30 to 40 years at a 9 to 5 and barely retire with anything to show for it, right? And so you got to pick your poison at some point, right? But I want you to look at it as like, yeah, you know what? We're doing this. And granted, man, this is exciting, guys. It's $100,000 base shop, 2 months back to back. This is a short month. God, we did this in 3 weeks. We did this in 3 weeks. You get what I'm saying? The first man, I told you, once we cross that barrier, there's no looking back.
Right.
But I want you to look at it, Salona, as, hey, that's my future. We got the formula down pat. You know what I'm saying? We got it down packed. You too can do this. I don't want you to look at me like, hey, you know, light skin is lucky. No, I'm not lucky. I'm just a product of working hard. Now I'm a product of not giving up. I'm a product of resilience. You get what I'm saying? I'm a product of people canceling on me and I'm still booking more appointments. I'm a product of people quitting on me and I'm still recruiting more. I'm a product of being disappointed and I'm still optimistic. Does that make sense a little bit? So I want you to look at it and definitely be inspired, right? Be inspired to take action. I want you to understand that your distractions lead you to not having any action. All right. And in becoming successful or in your journey to become successful, right? Because I was just saying, look, yeah, I got 400,000, but I promise you, I still got my EBT card. Don't look at me funny. Talk what you want to talk. They're giving out free money. I know people who know some people. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to Marcel, closed the $1,500 app today, right? Shout out to Shanique, right? Make some noise for Shanique Washington, right? Now check this out, 2 months license. She's #1. She's like 14,000. She just dropped another $1,500 app, right? She's #1 in the entire hierarchy, maybe #1 in the entire state right now. You know what I'm saying? With about 14,000 something in personal production. Now check this out, right? But she's also building. She got her SIE last week. But her teammate Sheena Fair just passed the SIE tonight. You get what I'm saying? Give her a round of applause, right? These guys are building, so don't sleep on that, right? These guys are building, don't sleep on that, right? And so I want you to understand, if you want to build an organization, like we haven't had a chance to do, you know, the whole reckoning, but hopefully you're online somewhere and that was your shout out for now, right? And then we'll make you a little fly with the little, you know, flares and all that other stuff on it. Have to do the little jump, you know. But you gotta understand, so procrastination, if that's the disease of the entrepreneur, right? Your job is to make sure that you don't procrastinate. Procrastination is like leaving the back door open so you can sneak out. You make a commitment, you say your word, like I'm so proud of you, Pat, right? You said your word, you're going to do this, right? You're building, you're putting your $5,000 in premium. Give her a round of applause. I think that's just great, right? You also reset, but you know, you said you were going to do it. Most people, Luna, they say they're going to do it, but they procrastinate. Procrastinate is like leaving the back door open. And the worst part about it is you leave the back door open to your word, your commitment, your integrity, your authenticity. See, if you say you're going to do something, don't leave a back door open. And that's what most people do. They fail because they leave that back door open. So when the times get hard, Lauren, no one is looking. I'll just creep out through here. No one, you know, they got the rest of the team that's rocking and rolling. Let me just, you know, sneak out through here. My numbers won't what? They won't count. And the truth be told is everything counts. Everything counts, not for us, but for everybody as a team. But more importantly, for your authenticity, for you to believe in yourself, for you to look at it and look at what's happening around you, and you to be able to look and say, you know what? If I can do 1 by 1, I can do 2 by 2. If I'm a person of my word and I believed in myself and I never did 2 by 2 before and I've done 2 by 2, then maybe I can do 5 by 5. And you show up for yourself as a person of integrity. That's how you become successful. That's how you get to the next level. That's how you begin to persevere. Does that make sense to you guys a little bit? So no back door open, right? Because we all want to be extraordinary, right or wrong. But nothing kills yourself. Nothing kills your dream. Nothing kills that more than you saying you're going to do something and you don't do it. See, because if you want to be extraordinary, you want to get the big results, you want to get all, you know, live the lifestyle that you dream about. I want to give you this, I want to invite you to a world where anything you say can and will happen. I want to invite you into the world where, hey, anything that you put your mind to and you put your grind to, it can happen for you. I want to invite you to that world, right? So you're living in that world where we can make anything happen. You want to be extraordinary in this world. The only challenge is you have to cause that. You have to be the person that causes extraordinary results. And if you want extraordinary results, you got to put forth extraordinary effort. Not sometimes, but all the time. And if we do it sometimes, what begins to happen, Valerie, is that we leave a back door open. And that is what? The disease of the entrepreneur. That's the disease of the regional vice president. That's the disease. So if you say you want it, you got to give the extraordinary efforts to bring the extraordinary results. Because again, I'm inviting you into this world where anything you want can and will happen. And how do I know? It's because I live in this world. You're invited into believing that this can and will happen. You see, and it begins here. It begins in these two little, you know, between these two little ears. So I had some notes down, right? And I want you to understand this, right? If you want it, be authentic. Be authentic with yourself. What is it that you really want? See, we're going into March, right? It's the third quarter of the year. Some of us, we've forgotten our goals, what we were getting after, and that's okay. You're not the only person that happens to. It happens to me all the time, right? And so I have to sit down and rewrite my goals, right? I have to reflect and then course correct. I have to reflect on what I didn't do in February. A lot of distractions, an extra $400,000 worth of distractions, and trust me, it gets very distracted. You know, somehow I ended up with $2,000 pair of shoes on. That crap is distracted. See what I'm saying? It's a good distraction, but it's still a distraction. That was, this was not the goal when I started out in January. Somehow I just happened to get distracted. I'm like, oh, well, Saks on Fifth. Why not? Let me get in there. Golly gee chucks, Oh, shit. No, the goal wasn't that. So we all get distracted at different levels, don't we? You see, so if we want it, we got to be authentic with yourself. And I have to have a talk with myself and say, hey, it's nothing wrong with celebrating. But what is the main goal here? We're all here to become what? Financially free, right or wrong? We're all here to be financially free. And so we got to be authentic with ourselves, right? If you want it, right, then Alex, you have to cause it. There's no negotiating with that. Your upline cannot cause it. Primerica can't cause it. Glenn Williams can't cause it. God woke you up this morning. It's up to you now to do it. Does that make sense? It's up to you to put that behind it, right? So we got to cause that, right? And so let's work on this for March. Let's go be extraordinary. Let's stick to our word, right or wrong. Again, again, I know we fall off every now and then, but and that's okay. In becoming extraordinary, you are going to fall off. All right, and building a big base shop and building a hierarchy, getting your licenses and making a lot of money, you are going to fall off, but have the audacity to confront yourself when you do fall off. Have the audacity to at least look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I can do better than this. Let me be real with myself. The big goal here is to what? Be financially free. The big goal here is to get that big house and, retire myself and travel the world or, put my kids through school, whatever it is. That's it. Be authentic enough to be able to look back and confront yourself and say, I had one day off, but I won't have 2 days off. Because I'm going after what? I'm going after becoming extraordinary in March. I'm going after, this is my new year again. There's nothing wrong with giving yourself that pep talk. And saying, well, I'm starting over right now, March 1st. And I promise you it's going to be worth it because there's a lineup. If you were in a manager's meeting, right? If you're a division and above, we have a manager's meeting at 6 o'clock, right? And that is kind of like where you see some of these guys, your uplines might tell you, if they're divisions and above, they might tell you what some of the incentives are already going to be for next month. So you may have a head start on some of these people. Right, already in the month of March, right? But I promise you, it's going to be worth it. I promise you, it will be worth it. We're putting everything behind it. I think in March, probably the biggest incentive month so far that we've had as a hierarchy, and it's so doable for the newest person. For the newest person, I want you to enjoy the world with us in Jamaica. I want you to be able to travel with us, Joshua. So we made an incentive, right, just for you. We made an incentive that you can hit. So that you too can travel with us and experience that world so we can stretch your mind. Again, but if you're going to get it, you're going to have to cause it. And in doing that, there's a lot of freedom, right or wrong. There's a lot of freedom because think about it. Most of us are not free mentally. We're imprisoned mentally. We start saying we're going to do things. We're going to lose weight. We're going to become a better person, a better father, a better spouse, right? And we're imprisoned by those limiting beliefs, by our past failures, right or wrong. We say we're going to double-digit recruit, but we're in prison. And so if you cause it in March, the big reward is not just going to be Jamaica. The big reward is the freedom that you get. You start breaking yourself free mentally. The big reward, Desmond, is the power. You become powerful with your word. That's what you're after. That's what becoming extraordinary is about. Where you know you can say something and you actually believe what you say. You're not just plugging into this Primerica fluff talk. You believe what the F you are saying out of your mouth, what's going to become of you. That's what this is about. That's what becoming extraordinary. Anybody with me or what? Yep. You get what I'm saying? It's not the 100 by 100. It's what you said you was going to do to cause another 100 by 100. And you actually go out and do it. And now you have the freedom in April to say, hey, I did it in March. And I know I fell off a few times in March, but I got back up and I still got it done. So guess what? I'm going to raise the bar in April. It's a lot of freedom behind that. And again, if you want to be extraordinary, you got to cause that, right? I want you to write this down, right? What will I create for myself? What am I going to create for myself? Have the audacity to get an answer for that question, being authentic. In a world where anything is possible, in a world where you are extraordinary, what will I create for myself? I'll tell you what Harvey wants to create for himself in March. And granted, this month right here is one of the months with the most distractions. This is the month where Harvey got stabbed, ended up in the ICU. This is the month where I told myself years ago, I'll never celebrate my birthday again. And I'm allowing myself to celebrate some success in March. So I'm already traveling on Sunday, right? I'm already, traveling to Vegas to go see Usher. I got a date in Vegas with a multi-millionaire. Right? And she's all right. She all right if I call her. We spoke about this, right? I got a date on the 17th or something. It's a whole day where I'm being catered to. My date is Patty Schechner, right? Yes. Like rich, like I'm talking about wealthy, like $20 million, $30 million a week. Yeah, like I'm you know what I'm saying? And then I get to see, I get Usher the very next day. So we go to a concert and do a bunch of stuff with Patty. Then I'm filled up with distractions, but guess what? I want to be extraordinary. And I said what I want to create for myself in the month of March is 10 directs, 20,000 personal premium by 20 packs. I already got it down. Now I have to find a way. I have to find a way because, again, that is what I want to show up for myself. I don't want to be intimidated. I want the freedom. I want the power. I want that. It's not the 10 by 20,000, although that's going to bring me some things and help me out in other areas. But what I want, Miss Shalane, is the freedom. I don't want to be imprisoned by me saying I'm going to do something and not do it, no matter what the situation is. I don't want to be imprisoned by myself. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to have the freedom, the power to be able to speak and know that whatever I say, I can make happen because I created for myself. Nobody gives it to us in this world. We got to go out and what? We got to take it. The main goal is becoming extraordinary, becoming a person that you can believe. Don't flirt with it. Right? I want you to have this type of relationship with yourself, Mercedes. I want you to have a mouth-watering relationship with yourself. That when you think about yourself, you fall in love with you on a higher level where you believe in you. Where what you say, is going to happen. That's the type of relationship we need to have with ourselves to become what? Extraordinary. Are you guys with me or what?
Yeah.
That's where this is going. Well, you're no longer in prison with, I need you to understand that you can compete with any other regional vice president because that is just a contract. That's it. I need you to believe in yourself. I need you to believe that those people need to be competing with you, Alex. You don't need to be competing with them. They need to know who you are. That's what this is about. You creating a life where you can walk in and you know what? You can believe that you are that man or woman. That you are that success that you said you were going to become or are becoming. That world of extraordinary where you know you are that person. It's not about everything else, although everything else will what? They will come with it. If you just master this part, y'all. It's just this part that you're looking after. And I don't care if it's freaking 1 by 1 or 2 by 2 or just, you know, recruiting or just passing my exam or just showing up to training or doing more than I did last month. I don't care what it is. Just create it. What are you going to create for yourself? What are you going to make happen? What is going to give you, you know, the key to, you know, open up the gates, you know, to get you free? I really wish I had more time with y'all tonight, but, you know, this other stuff, right? All of the reasons that you're not winning, right, are not based on reality. I want you to understand that. All the, you know, everybody that said they had a goal in February and you didn't hit it for whatever reason you got in your head, right, it's not based on reality. Whatever reason you're trying to give yourself or give your upline or give your kids or give this universe, it's not based on reality, y'all. It's based in the world of imagination. If you want your business to grow, you're going to have to be more connected to it. All right. And showing up as an individual that's authentic is powerful. It helps you connect to your business. It helps you connect to your goals and dreams. It helps you connect to a world way beyond what you can experience right now. See, what is it that you want? What is it that you really want? Because what you want, most of us, we're not usually willing to fight for that first answer. But if you can dig a little bit deeper, that's what you're going after. Most of our thoughts, they go unexamined. Most of our beliefs go unexamined. Most of why we say we don't win, why we say the world don't work for us, all of those things are not really real. They're not based on reality. Why you're not a regional vice president? Why you haven't reached this level of success? All of those beliefs, they go unexamined. They're not based on reality. I want you to examine those excuses. I want you to look there and stand in a world where everything is possible and examine each and every one of those excuses. Those beliefs that you may not be, you know, challenging right now. I need you to examine those beliefs and say, hey, is this real or is this bullshit? Is this real or is it bull? And if it's not based on reality, then you still got an opportunity to go become great. If not based on the real, you have an opportunity to become extraordinary. You can become a regional vice president in 2 months. I didn't believe it until I came out of the hospital with a wound in my stomach. Then I started working, and guess what? 2 months later, we became vice presidents. What you're going to need to do is live in a world where you discover the real you. Discover who you really are. And how you do that is through being authentic. How you do that is by saying this, actually putting the work behind that, and discover the real you. Guys, you and I, we're very powerful people. We're so powerful, we don't even understand how powerful we are. No fluff talk. I'm just telling you, I didn't understand how powerful I was in so many areas of my life, and I had to examine that. Why do I feel like I'm not powerful in my word? Why do I feel like I lack, you know, this and that in these different areas of my life? Why do I feel like I don't deserve 400,000, $500,000, or $1 million? And what I found out is that every one of those thoughts were not based on reality. They were unexamined beliefs that were input in a previous life. And I had to sit there and say, I do deserve this. I deserve way more than this. Actually, I'm being underpaid. I still got so much more work in me. I haven't even given my best to this company yet. Who's with me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, what about when you do? And you see, this is the difference between the already learned thought that you have versus discovering the real you, Salon. This is the difference. The moment you discover that real part of you, the deep down, it's like, you've ever heard that saying where it's like, hey, you can give a man a fish or you can teach a man how to fish. See, once you discover it, once you teach a man or a woman, or however you identify yourself, whatever, just want to be PC as Mercedes would say. However, whenever you discover how to, whenever you discover the how to, it's yours and you have access to it from now on. Whenever you discover that you're a person of integrity, whenever you discover that you're an authentic individual, that your word holds weight in this world, in your world, you have access to it. Anytime you feel like you're not going after it, anytime you feel like you're procrastinating, anytime you feel like you want to sneak out the back door, you have access to a new world that you've discovered. You have access to turning, a month of 0 by 0 into a month of 10 by 5,000, 20 by 5,000, 20 by 10,000. You have access to it. Like you live in a world where you discovered that you can write 10,000 in personal premium like this. You discover that you have access to it. It's yours. You know it. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter how bad the month is. You could be 24 hours left in the month 0 by 0 and get 10,000 in a day. You have discovered it. You have access to it. Who knows what I'm talking about, right? That's the world that I invite you to live in the month of March. That's the world of becoming extraordinary when you have that. You see, what's possible in your business, what's possible in your life, right? You don't gain that by your view of the business. You're going to have to put a scuba suit on for that one. That was very deep for you. What's possible for your business is not accessible by your view on the business. What's possible is that you can become a multimillionaire, but that's not accessible by your view on the business today now, is it? What's possible for your life is accessible, but it's not accessible right now through your view. You're not going to gain that through your view on life right now. This is very deep. Living in a world of extraordinary, right, where you understand that, that your visions and all that usually go unexamined, your beliefs are usually unexamined. You start to understand that even the person that knows the most, I think Lauryn Hill, the great poet, Lauryn Hill, right, quoted it, even the smartest man knows that they know nothing at all. Was that Erykah Badu? That was Erykah, the other great poet. It was one of them. I know it was one of them, right? Our view is usually, and I'll leave you guys with this, right? Because we got to hurry up and bridge over, right? Our views are usually from a world that's constrained. So your views right now on double-digit recruiting, on becoming a vice president, on building district leaders, on, whatever it is that's mouth-watering to you, right, is usually from a world that's constrained. But I'm going to invite you into a world of March that we're going to we're going to explode through all those limiting beliefs. We're going to do some mental work this month of March, and then we're going to, give you access to a few different things that'll help you discover the best version of you. And all that I ask is don't leave no back door open. Leave March, right? Go into March knowing that you're extraordinary, right? And leave March with access to a new version of you. leave March with access of the best version of you that you've ever experienced, so that you have access to that individual for the rest of your life. A new life, right? A new business will begin to emerge when the old one disappears. And so now what we're going to do, Desmond, is you see in March, the old version of you is going to disappear. The old limiting belief part, right? That old person of, not being authentic, not staying to your word. That part, the goal is to make that person disappear so that the new opportunities can begin to emerge around us. And now you can become that person that does 20 by 20, 30 by 30, that person that passes their exam on the first shot, that person that only goes to regional vice president in 6 to 9 months, that person that, makes 100,000, within 6 months of becoming a regional vice president, 200,000 in their first year, ownership in the first year and a half. Who's with me on that one? Does that make sense, guys? And so again, you're gonna, you're gonna be in a world where now is, you're going to feel like crap if you do 20 by 20. That's the world of extraordinary, guys. So thanks so much for your time today. We're going to, I'm going to open up, I guess we'll open up the Zoom. I don't know why the hell I'm doing the Zoom. It's so amazing. I'm probably going to do it in my room. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Thank you guys for coming out. Hopefully you guys got some from that bang bang Monday ain't closed tomorrow. Let's get this gang gang. All right. Love you guys, yo. Deuces. Hey, hey.